Hello, welcome back. I'm Abhishek De Silva, an undergraduate of the JAM Institute for Advanced Technology. Welcome back with the project named eShop, and today I'm going to discuss about the program of the single product view page, including the seller's information. So then here we can see the product images have loaded, and then here is viewing the name of the product, and then here we can see here displays the related items, and here it displays the brand name and also the model and also the description. And so then let's move to the core of this. Here at first I have used a PHP script, and then I have included the connection.php file which include the connection code with our database, and then I have used an if, and I have checked whether id from the get method, and if not, it comes to the last else condition where it echo the message as something went wrong. And then if an id is set, if so, we are obtaining that id which comes through the get method and storing that in a variable called PID here. And then here I have used the search function of the database, and I have used the select query as select the product id or the id from the product table, and then the price, quantity, description, title, date, time added, delivery fee Colombo, and also the delivery fee other, and category get id, model has brand id, condition id, status id, and also the user email from the product table. And then I have obtained the model name from the model table as M name, and then I have obtained the brand name of the brand table as the B name here. And then I have used the from keyword, and I need to obtain this information from the product table. And then here I have used an inner join to join the model has brand table on model has brand id equals to product table dot model has brand id. And then here I have again used inner join to join the brand table on brand dot brand id equals to model has brand dot brand id. And then here we join the model table on the model id equal to model has brand table dot model id. And here we use the where clause with the condition as product id equals to PID or the id that we have got. And then after that I have stored the results we get back from the database in a variable called product result set. And then after that I have obtained the number of rows in it and stored in a variable called product num here. And then I have used an if condition, and I have checked whether the product num is equal to 1, and if not, it comes to the else of that if condition where it displays a message as sorry for the inconvenience and please try again later. If the product num was equal to 1, and then it comes to inside of this if condition, I have obtained the results of this product results through the fetch as, so can store that in a variable called product data. And then here too I have again used a PHP script, and I have called the search function here, and then with the select query as the select all from product image table where the product id equals to the PID. And then I have stored the results we get back from the database in a variable called image result set. And then here too I have checked the number of rows in it and stored in a variable called image num. And then I have created a variable as image, and I have stored an array to it. And then I have used an if condition, and I have checked whether the image num is not equal to 0, and if this is not equal to 0, I have used a for loop with the variable x equal to 0, and if we have checked the variable x is less than the image num, and then I have used an increment here. And then inside this for loop I have obtained the image result set through this fetch, so code the results in this image result set through the fetch, so can store that in a variable called image data. And then I have obtained the image path of this image data, and I have stored that in the array called image. And then after that, for the src of this, or the source of this image tag, I have echoed the value that's stored in the array. And then here the else part of this if condition, it comes to the else part. If the image num is equal to 0 and image num is equal to 0, then we displays a default image here. And then in this parent tag we have displayed the title of the product, or the product name here through the product data that we have obtained. And then here to have used a PHP script, and then I have obtained the price from the product data that we have obtained initially, and then I have stored that in a variable called price here. And then after that I have done a calculation here by dividing the price by 100 and multiplying it by 10, and then I have stored the relevant value in a variable called adding price. And then after that I have created a variable as new price, and I have added the adding price to the price that we have obtained from the product data. And then I have created a variable called difference here, and then I have subtracted the price from the new price that we have obtained. And then after that here I have echoed the price, and then here I have echoed the new price, and also here I have echoed the difference. And then here I have echoed the quantity that we have obtained with the product data. And then here too I have used a PHP script, and then I have obtained the seller's data here by calling the search function with the query select all from the user table, where email equals to the user email that we have obtained from the product data, and then storing that in a variable called seller results set, and obtaining the results in this results through the fetch as hook, and storing that in a variable called seller data here. And then here we have displayed the first name or the f name of the seller data that's stored in the variable called seller data here. And then after that here for the input tag we have called an on key up function here with the function as check value, and then here as the parameter we have used the quantity of the product data. So let's move to this check value function. Here's the relevant check value function. We have obtained the quantity here that we are passing through the single product view page, and then I have obtained the element with the ID called quantity input, and then I have stored that in a variable called input here. And then after that inside if condition I have checked whether the input dot value, it means the value of this input is less than or equal to 0. If so I have used a message as I have at a message as quantity must be 1 or more, and then I have assigned the value of this input tag as 1. And then if comes to the else if condition of this, and there too we check whether the value of this input tag is greater than the quantity that we have obtained from the single product view page as through the parameter. And then there too I have displayed a message as insufficient quantity, and then I have assigned the value of this input tag as quantity. And here is the relevant input element with the ID as quantity input is the same element with the on key up function. And then after that here we have used an on click function with the function as quantity increase, and then here's the parameter too we have sent the quantity. And then here too we have used a non-click function with the function as quantity decrease. And let's move to JavaScript file again to discuss about those two. And here the quantity increase function, we have obtained the parameter that we are sending from the single productive page. And then here to obtained the element with the ID called quantity input and store that in a variable called input here. And then I have used if condition, and I have checked the value of this input tag is less than the quantity. If so I have used pass int function, and then inside that I have given the input dot value, and I have used a +1 here. and then I have stored that in a variable called new value, and then I have assigned the relevant new value to the as the value of this input tag. And then if it comes to the else of this if condition, there we have added the message as maximum quantity has achieved, and then we have assigned the quantity that we have obtained through this parameter and assigned as the value of this input tag. And then in the quantity decrease function, here too I have obtained the element with the id quantity input and store that in a variable called input here. And then inside this if condition, I have checked whether the value of this input tag is greater than 1. If so, I have used this pass int again, and I have used a -1 here and stored that in a variable called new value. Here too I have assigned the new value to the as the value of this input tag. If it comes to the else of this if condition, and there I have added the message as minimum quantity has achieved, it means the value of this input tag is less than 0. And then I have assigned the value of this input tag as 1. And then here for the buy now button, I have called a function as pay now on the click of this button, with the parameter, I have sent a parameter as the PID or the ID of the product. I'll discuss about that pay now function later. And then here is the related products display section. Here I have obtained the product with the same model as brand ID from this product table, and I have limit it to 4, and I store that in a variable called related results set. And then I have obtained the number of rows in it, and for the for loop I have used that. Here I have checked whether the value of y is less than to the related num, and then inside the for loop I have obtained the results of this related result set through the fetch. So I can store that in a variable called related data. And then I have obtained the related image result sets as called in the search function with the query select or from the product image table, where product ID equals to the related data ID that's stored in the ID that's stored in the variable called related data or the array called related data. And then here I have obtained the related image result set through the fetch, so can store that in a variable called related image. And then here I have checked whether the number rows in it is equal to 0. If so, we have displayed a default image. And then if it comes to the else of this if condition, here we have echoed the image path that's stored in the variable called related image. And then here I have echoed the title of this related data and the description. And also here for the relevant buy now button, I have used an onClick function with the function as window.location equals to, here I have given the path as single product view.php file. Here I have used the get method, and I have used the question mark to bind the ID, and ID equals to the ID of this related data. And then here's the product details viewing section. Here I have displayed the brand name or the B name. We have obtained the brand name as B name, that's stored in the variable called or the array called product data. Likewise, I have displayed the model name here, and then the description. And then here's the feedback viewing part, and here I have called the search function with the query select or from the feedback table. And then I have used an inner join here. I have joined the user table on the feedback.user email equals to user.email, where product ID equals to the PID. And then I have stored that in a variable called feedback result set. And then I have turned the number of rows in it and stored that in a variable called feedback num. And then I have used the for loop, and I have obtained the relevant results in it through the fetch, so can store that in a variable called feedback data. And then I have echoed the first name and last name of the feedback data. And then I have checked whether left type of this feedback is equal to 1. So we have displayed this positive text, and if not, if it comes to the else if condition, if the type is not equal to 1. If it's come to the next else if condition, then it checks whether the type is equal to 0. If so, we have displayed the text as neutral. It means a neutral text. And then if it comes to the next else if condition, then it checks whether the type is equal to 3, and there we have displayed the text as negative. It means a negative feedback. And then after that we have displayed the feedback here through the feed, and then I have displayed the relevant date of the feedback data. And then here in this we can see, if we click on this one of the images, we can see the relevant image is displayed in this section. Here for this image tag that we have used to display the images of the products, I have used an on click with the function as load image, load main image, and then I have called the value of this variable called x. And then here for the div that we have created to display the image in a large size, I have given an id as main image. And here is the load main image function. Here we have obtained the parameter by the name id, by the variable id. And then here I have obtained the element with the id called product image, and we have obtained the src of that, and then store that in a variable called sample image. And then here too I have obtained the element with the id called main image, and then store the new variable called main image here. And then I have used the style, and I have styled the background image of this main image as equal to url, and we have assigned the value that is stored in this sample image as the background image of this main image. So then let's meet to the next video, and bye for now.